How is it going, everyone? I hope you're all okay. We are once again going around the grounds, and this is actually a special episode as this game doesn't happen in the UK, meaning this is the first time we went international on this series, which is not something I thought I'd say on the third episode of this series. Anyway, we are going to watch ASA Rarău take on Somuzul Preuteşti. The game will of course be played on the home side stadium, the Rarau Stadium, with a capacity of 2,500. The teams both compete in Liga 4, the 4th division of Romanian football. With this out of the way, the home team are 9th in the league before the game, whereas the visitors sit in 4th. Anyway though, we got off the bus and we are now making the short walk towards the stadium. And, after only a few minutes, we can already see the ground behind those houses. What I believed to be the main entrance was closed, and a lady told me I have to go in through the car park, so I am now walking back to where I came from. After turning right, I see a few people walking towards the stadium, and I find the ticket man not too long after. Here's the ticket for today, and I think this is the cheapest ticket I've ever had. For a football game, it only cost me 10 lei, which is about £1.75. We found our way into the stadium, and this will be the venue for today. I do have to mention that the scenery behind the stand is absolutely beautiful. I also found some flags suggesting there will be some ultras today. Let's see how many of them turn out. Anyway though, we can see wherever we want, and this will be the view for today. While I was waiting for the game to start, I realized there was only one team warming up, with only 15 minutes until the game was meant to kick off. As time went by, I thought the game would get called off as there was only one team, but the away side turned up just in time. I started looking around the ground as the teams were warming up. Although it's not big, it has everything it needs. There are 2 subs benches, a pitch, and a goal on either side of it. It also turns out the ultras did turn up, all 6 of them. Also, just to confirm, the home team will be wearing red today, whereas the away team will be wearing white. I looked at my phone and it said that the time is 2:05, meaning the game was meant to start 5 minutes ago. While trying to figure out why the game wasn't starting, I realized that the referees are not here yet. However, I spotted this man on the phone, and I can only assume and hope that he's trying to sort things out. He started making his way towards the stands a few minutes later. I thought he would come to tell us to go home as the match was called off. However, just as he got in front of the stands, the referees also made their way onto the pitch. This could only mean that the game could actually go on, even though it started 15 minutes later. Anyway, let's get a kickoff. The home team started the game slightly better, and they came up with the first big chance of the game quite early on. Not much really happened after that early chance. The game was mainly played in the middle of the field, and even the very few chances that the teams could come up with came to absolutely nothing. With this being said though, the home team did manage to come up with a second big chance of the game about halfway through the second half, and then a third big chance not long after. As we approach half-time, the players are getting quite frustrated as there were a few questionable referee decisions. However, this quickly ends a few seconds later as everyone walks away. Although neither team had a lot of chances throughout the game, Rarau looks like the team who is more likely to score, and this is exactly what happens as the first half comes to an end. And just like that, the slightly better team took the lead just before halftime, and the whistle blew for halftime only a couple of minutes later. Although there's not much to do or see at halftime, it's interesting to see the teams do their halftime talks at the side of the pitch. The teams are ready for the second half, but the referees are once again late. If you are from Romania and are regularly watching games at this level, then please do let me know if this is a common occurrence. I do find it interesting that it happened twice in the same game. They have arrived now though, so let's kick off the second half. Although the Ultras seem to have lost 2 of its members, they are still going strong. The start of the second half is pretty much the same as most of the first half, in the sense that neither team is doing much. However, we have some good news as the Ultras have 1 new member. I almost missed the first big chance of the second half as I was filming the Ultras. Not long after, the away side has their first big chance of the whole game. There is still not much happening. I hope it's not always like this, but today neither team has played well, with chances very few and far in between. With this being said though, it's very nice to see that these fans are trying to get behind the team and encourage them. We are now about halfway through the second half and this happens. Rarau scores, but the goal is disallowed for offside. I wasn't sure if this was the right decision in the moment, but watching it back now, I do realize it was very tight. I know this is not the best angle, but what do you think? Was this the right decision? Anyway, I went to sit under a roof as it started raining, and I actually missed the equalizing goal. Anyway though, it is now 1-0. The offside goal and equalizer seem to have motivated the home team to play better and attack more, as they come up with another big chance. Also, as far as I was aware, if a goalkeeper handballs the ball outside of the box, then that's a straight red. However, this goalkeeper seems to only be getting a yellow. Is it a yellow because he wasn't the last man, or did the rule change and I was simply not aware of it? Anyway, Rarau have a free kick but nothing comes out of it. The away team comes on the counter-attack straight after and this happens. Although the home team should perhaps be one goal ahead and with a man's advantage, they are losing instead. With about 20 to 25 minutes left of the game, both teams picked up the pace and the game became so much more interesting, with both teams getting themselves in the opposition box more and more. I think I have to mention that, despite losing, Rarau seem to have been the better side, both when the teams have been playing badly and when the teams have been playing well. With this being said though, the away side find themselves in a really good position to score in these dying minutes, but they are unable to do so. They do however find themselves in a very similar position only a couple of minutes later, but this time they managed to convert. Despite there being a kickoff, the game ends soon anyway, and the home team are unable to do anything. This is a shame as, despite the scoreline, I truly believe that Rarau did play better. Anyway though, the game ends 3-1 for the visitors. As the away team thanks their supporters, we're making our way out of the stadium. We say goodbye to the 10 ultras that kept chanting throughout the game, and we make our way out through the pitch itself. But we take one last look at the beautiful view behind the stadium. If you did, then I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and liked this video. I also mentioned this is the third episode of the series at the beginning of this video. You should be able to see the first 2 episodes on the screen right now and click on them if you want to watch them. Anyway though, see you in the next video.